Sean Ervine and Chris Wood shared in an important 7th wicket partnership of 124 to just about give Hampshire the edge after day one of the LV County Championship match in Canterbury against the upwardly mobile Kent. Jimmy Adams won the toss and decided to bat first in a crucial contest which may have a major impact on which side is promoted up to the First Division in a month's time. You could tell that the way Doug Bollinger started, hitting the body of Adams and nearly doing it a second time in the opening exchanges. Kent came into this match on the back of 3 successive wins, form they've since carried into the 50-over format, while Hampshire have been slipping in the other direction. 21 points separated the two at the start of play, with Kent having a game in hand, so a win for them here would be very handy. However, their attack had nothing to celebrate here for the first 21 overs, as Adams and Michael Carberry, who started by taking just 19 runs off the opening 15 overs, thanks to some outstanding bowling, then opened up with 7 fours coming in the space of 11 deliveries off Darren Stevens and Callum Haggett. That saw these two take the total to 71 after 21, 52 runs coming in 6 overs. But the decision to introduce Adam Riley into the attack paid immediate dividends as he trapped Carberry in front with his 4th ball, the batsman on his way for 39. Adams survived until lunch but fell immediately after it, Mitch Claydon finding the inside edge of his bat, leaving the rest to Sam Billings behind the stumps. James Vince didn't stick around for too long. He'd made 15 when he nicked off to Bollinger with a total now on 111 for 3. One of the signings of last winter has to be the one of Will Smith, who's been in solid form all summer long, rarely failing with the bat. He and Liam Dawson needed to prevent their host from taking over after picking up those 3 wickets, and that they did with an important partnership of 76 for the 4th wicket. Only Vince has scored more championship runs for Hampshire this season than Smith, who was raising his bat for getting to a 50 for the 6th time this summer, his tally of runs now nearing 900 in this competition. His latest half-century had occupied 108 deliveries, from which he'd struck 8 fours. Alas for him, he couldn't go on for much longer, and on 56 he was LBW to Riley with a total on 187 for 4. 4 balls later, and Dawson was also on his way for 36. Billings can do absolutely nothing wrong at the moment, and this leg side take-off Claydon was simply superb. Indeed, it's worth looking at a second time. Billings is a star in the making. Adam Wheater then came in, pulled Claydon for an early 6, and then got out for 15, Billings with a much easier catch this time off Bollinger. That had Kent on top with the visitors on 218 for 6, and had Ervine not got away with this bottom edge, the home side would have been perfectly placed. The pitch though was a fairly docile one for the most part, and to have done so well with the ball emphasised the effort put in by the Kent attack. But they then spent the next 28 overs huffing and puffing with no further success, as Ervine and Wood dug in together to balance the day up by the end. Hampshire looked as if they were going to cruise into the First Division at one stage this summer, but they came into this match without a win from their last 3, just as their opponents were heading in the opposite direction. It's added to the thrilling nature of the last 6 weeks of the season, with so much still to play for. Ervine matched Smith by getting to a much-needed half-century off 59 balls, it arriving just after Rob Key had taken the second new ball. Ervine had hit 6 fours in his 50, and Wood also had 6 in his, just the 6th of his first-class career, this being his first championship match of this summer. He'd faced 74 balls and was perhaps sending out a message to his team that he should play a bit more, other than the one-day stuff he appears to specialise in. The hard new ball certainly made a difference, especially when Bollinger was storming in. He knocked Wood to the floor before the batsman fell at the end of the day for 61 to the gentler pace of Stevens, who found the edge with Ben Harmison doing the rest at slip after a juggle. Wood and Ervine, who ended the day unbeaten on 75, had added 124 runs for the 7th wicket, which meant that Hampshire ended the day on 343 for 7. They would dearly love to add another 57 runs in the next 14 overs for full batting bonus points. They have a chance to do that on the second morning.